Hey everybody, it's the People's Envoy Updog here with you again, and we got the DD7 City Nodes for you. Now there are only 2 nodes for each section that has the restrictions on it. So, City has 2 nodes, Global, Cosmic, Legendary, Mythic, they all have 2 nodes from here on out. So I'm going to do a video on each of those sections now, because I did a video on the first or each individual node in non-restricted because those were pretty big nodes. And so if you want to go check those out, make sure you hit, I do have a playlist set up that goes over those nodes, but this is going to be both of the city nodes. And let me tell you, city is really super easy. You can go in with a really cheap team and get through it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, this first attack that I did was when I was, I think, towards the end of my vacation. So you can still see the Envoy Crucible Tournament logo there in the bottom. But this is my team. Big Time's really cheap. Vulture's really cheap. Gwen's really cheap. Robbie, we got a bunch of Mystic gear right when DD7 started or began. They gave us a bunch of Mystic uniques and Mystic origin gear and stuff. So I went with him because I was using him in Arena. Still am a little bit. And he will pair well with Mephisto, so I thought it wasn't a bad choice. And then Peter B, he helps keep Big Time and Gwen alive. When any Hero Spider-Verse character is attacked, he'll heal them for 20% of his health. So that's really helpful in Dark Dimension. And he'll also clear like vulnerables and things like that. So pretty strong character. I probably didn't even need to bring him, honestly. So I'll show you how easy this is. These enemies feel like they are like DD5 level or something. It's crazy. So we got some new warriors that spawn in. I'm trying to figure out who I should put the slow on first. I didn't get any flips with Vulture on Black Cat. Of course, the Gwenpools had evade. I did get a slow on the Silver Surfers though, so that was nice. Then I decided to go ahead and ultimate onto Black Cat to flip all of her buffs that she had. So that's always a good move, especially if you're doing them and if you're facing a Black Cat in Crucible 2. You can do that with Big Time. So the main threats on this first wave, I would say, are going to be Black Cat. Tigra can get out of hand quick, so she'll put out a lot of bleeds out there. And a big Tigra, even in like war, is really scary. So there are 2 Tigras out there. So you've got some of those bleeds out there from Tigra. We got another Gwenpool trying to flip our buffs. Luckily, outside of Crucible, she doesn't hit everybody. She just chains to adjacent. So if she picks somebody like she did there in the middle, she'll only chain to a few of them. So then a nice rewind from Vulture. He gets some good drain too. Then we got a big ult from Robbie. Looking really good here. Didn't have any debuffs on that Tigra for Vulture to take advantage of on his basic, but we're just kind of stuck behind Tigra right now until we can get through her. But luckily Peter, he has, well, his special will clear buffs. So that's another good reason to have him, and it's a low cooldown. Oh, and recently I got the 3 diamond on Ghost Spider. I can't remember exactly what that was from now that I'm thinking about it. Now that I'm on the spot here recording a video. I'm sure I'll think of it afterwards, but that definitely helps a lot as well. And made the decision a little easier for me. Even though I had just done Scroll with all of his alien spores, I kind of had, like I talked about in my video for Node 3, I had her as kind of on the fence of like a primary option or a backup, so I was buying her uniques to make sure I would have them. So Vulture fell over there, Robbie is gone. We're down to the 3 Hero Spider-Verse characters, believe it or not. That's why Peter B is pretty nice to have. And he's great to have big for your raid team, for Crucible, for War. So, really good choice. And he takes a split of some bio gear and some skill gear. So I think it's 18 uniques of bio and then 36 of the skill. So it's not too bad. It gets to spread it out a little bit. Penny is all skill. I think Pavitra is all skill as well for the Crimson uniques anyway. So that's why I thought Peter was a pretty good option. Decided to take out that dagger just to make sure she's not a problem on my next attack here. And really just trying to do as much damage as I possibly can anyway to make it easier for the next attack. And that cloak can be a problem because he steals health from you. If it's just by himself, it's like 50% chance or something, but fortunately he keeps dodging, so oh my gosh. 3 dodges in a row. Why can't my spiders do that? Yeah, those Silver Surfers, they hurt. So that's why I'm just kind of trying to focus the cloak and the Silver Surfers. That caused another wave to drop, so that was really bad. So we will do our best here to try and save our cooldowns at this point. And I feel like we got one of Kang's abilities off, so maybe even both, because I was pretty surprised how well Peter did. I think he's a 5 red at this point. Really can't do much when it's only 2 on your side. It's crazy. He just out-heals all the damage that he's getting, even in a Dark Dimension. It's insane. So we draw the ult from Kang. Still standing. He can do this all day. Forget about Captain America. Peter B. Parker can do this all day. Yes, he is only 5 red, 5 yellow. So, I said that a few minutes ago. But yeah. He's even got slow. That actually might be helping him part way. Oh, there we go. There goes Kang. Finally finished him off. So, we were able to essentially sack part of those abilities from Kang to make the second attack even easier. Alright, so attack number 2 here on the first city node. And we got Big Time's ultimate ready, so we go ahead and flip that Absorbing Man taunt. Give him a disrupt. Then we want to put a slow on Kang and some of the other people, like Peggy. We don't want her to cleanse anybody. So I know Kang will cleanse debuffs on his turn, so I want to try and load him up as much as I can. And hopefully that ability block stays. Hopefully that's one of the ones that he doesn't clear. So Kang is your main priority once you get to this far into this node. Use that Peter special to kind of... It's kind of a mini nuke, I guess, because it does get some assists from some of the Spider-Verse characters, so... Well, we got rid of Kang. This is why Gwen is so nice to have. Because if you have a lot of bleed stacked up on someone, or you have slows, defense down, things like that, she'll just spread it to everybody on the field. So very nice. We still have those Silver Surfers hanging around. They can do some damage, so make sure you take them out. You can take the Absorbing Man out because he can be annoying. If you did some of the higher difficulties in the Old Man Logan trial, you'll know that Absorbing Man with high stats can be really annoying. Yes, I'm talking about the hero skill nodes. So now we got a cloak and a dagger that drop, so we want to try and take care of them. Maybe get a slow on them if you can. Just make sure that cloak doesn't do his ult. Try to ability block him. Try to blind him. whoever you have available on your side, just make sure you shut him down. Because when he does his ult, it's not pretty for your side. There we go, I got ability block on him. I'm just going hard into cloak. And now we gotta do dagger. Or maybe kill that silver server because he was about to take a turn. I did not think that anti-venom was gonna ult there, but it really didn't hurt that much. That's why I'm saying these characters are like DD5 level. This is crazy. But to the player's benefit, I guess. So now we're just saving cooldowns because we do have that second node to go still. This last wave is a little scary. You have two Nemesis. You have a Dark Beast, a Shang-Chi. So I decided to put a slow over here just on the middle characters. And then I was going to take care of the Nemesis as well. And I got a defense down on that Nemesis, so we're going to nuke over here on the other Nemesis. He gets an offense down. So Dark Beast will actually assist anybody on the team, but it's more assist chance if there's Death Seed allies with him. So technically he's got two Death Seed allies with him, so that's a 75% chance to assist. So that's why I was kind of working on him a little bit. Robbie swoops in there with the ult. So we got a sea of red going on there after the Robbie ult. That one Nemesis over there on the far left has a bunch of bleeds. So does this one over here on the right, but the one here on the right still has yellow health. The one on the left he's probably going to bleed out, so not as worried about him. There we go. Ghost Spider with the assist just kills him. The Dark Beast is pretty well under control. I think he should probably bleed out. We try one hit on Tigra, and actually two hits really, but then she falls over. Shang-Chi, he's about out of here. Yep, there he goes. Like I said, this was a gift, I guess, to the players, because super easy.
Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Just saving cooldowns now at this point for the next node. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Alright, here we go. Second node. Ready to go. I'm feeling pretty good. Thinking I might be able to one-shot this, but we'll see. Alright, so the high priority targets to start this node off is going to be Red Goblin, Void Knight. You have that Zombie Juggernaut taunt to deal with. The two Strifes, they're going to taunt as well, so you got to deal with them. But luckily I brought Big Time Spider-Man. He can handle some of those taunts for us. And Vulture too, he will flip buffs on his special. So yeah, I go ahead and decide to go ahead and disrupt that one Strife, so that way he's not going to be a problem. Because he will taunt on his first turn. That Void Knight ult kind of hurt a little bit. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to go Strife or Red Goblin. I went with Red Goblin. I want to try and get him out of there as soon as possible before he takes a turn, if I can. Because if I kill another symbiote or another hive mind ally, he will just go ahead and revive him. So big damage from Gwen. Trying to see what debuffs he has because I want to try and spread everything. If you can spread an offense down, a defense down, and a slow, that's really nice. The disrupt is pretty nice too. If you can, I probably should have done that on Strife, but can't do much about it now. After the fact, but something to keep in mind. There's a big Vulture ult. Love that. Keep going into Red Goblin. He's almost dead. There he goes. Alright, now I gotta go figure out what I'm gonna do with these Strifes here. And Zombie Juggernaut was about to take a turn, so I went ahead and took him out. And lo and behold, the Strifes, they actually end up doing their ultimates, which puts ability block on not only the primary target, but the adjacent targets too. So because the Void Knight groups your characters together, the Strifes will ult, and they will potentially ability block your whole team. So that's another reason why you want to try to take them out early. I resisted most of their ability blocks, so that was lucky, I guess. I don't know. I think they hit me with another ult, and I think I might get a couple of ability blocks in there. We'll have to see. I can't remember exactly, but then a Mr. Sinister drops as well. There goes that ult again I was telling about. See, so 4 out of my 5 got ability blocked. I didn't see if Gwen dodged or not, but Mr. Sinister comes in there. You want to try and take him out fast too, because you don't want him cloning any of your team. Just number 1, it makes more enemies for you. Number 2, depends on who he clones. It could be bad news. Could be a Robbie. Could be a Gwen with fully loaded energy. She could spread some debuffs or whatever. Could be a Vulture. He could rewind you on his first turn. So we make quick work of Mr. Sinister. And now I think I go for the Hela here that just came in, because we don't want her giving her extra stuff that she does to zombie jugs. And that Venom there. There's another ult from Strife. Got big time ability blocked. I guess I chose to go after Carnage there first. Oh, here we go. Going on Hela now. Alright, so all into Hela. We got a Vulture ult. Oh, we're gonna save it though. Because yeah, there's no need to really use it here. We're pretty much done with this wave. Kind of building up for the next wave. Alright, we got 2 zombie Iron Mans, a Void Knight again. And another Strife. We get an offense down on that Void Knight to hopefully, if he does get his ult off, he won't flip as many buffs. Hopefully. Oh, that Strife fell over there on the right. Oh, we got a crucial... That's why we saved that rewind. Void Knight still gets to go. He does his special first turn. I think that's something that the devs had him do instead. Less energy or something. There we go. Void Knight's out of there. And we're just going to save cooldowns again. Because we might as well. It's not too much of a threat here that we have going on. Vulture gets beaten up on Robbie. That's kind of funny. Alright, we're going to fast forward to the next wave here. Alright. That Strife is out of there. Now we got, let's see, on this wave... Well, Robbie flipping the buffs and putting Disrupt on the shield securities, that was huge. And he put one on Beta Ray Bill too. That was pretty nice. So that is really helpful. Pretty much the only target that I was really worried about was Thor and this Captain America World War II. Captain America World War II will flip debuffs and he'll give energy. He'll do an AoE attack with offense down, so I kind of wanted to avoid that, but Infinity War Thor, he'll do a lot of damage, especially with really high stats like in a Dark Dimension. So those were kind of my 2 targets I was thinking of. I wasn't worried too much about Gwenum. Wasn't worried about the shield securities because they have Disrupt, so yeah, it's pretty much those 2 right now that are going to be the problem childs. So I went ahead and ability blocked the Thor just because if he takes a turn, if it's his special that is the one that he does first, even if it's his ult, they both do a lot of damage. So I just didn't want that to happen. So we're going to do Peter's special onto Thor, get some more... Oh, that's onto Beta Ray, okay. I must have had a bad experience against Beta Ray or something recently, because not sure why I'm going after Beta Ray. He is a little bit of a threat, but I think Infinity War Thor is probably more of a threat. There we go, going to that cap. Ooh, got a nice chain over there to Thor. Try again. Didn't go over to Thor that time, that's okay. So you see the big time is now red. That means he's in the... He's done his special, and that means that the armor of the opposing characters has been lowered too. So that's something to keep in mind. That's when you do his special, that will happen. So that's another little bonus, I guess, for having him on your team. Bonus number 1 is he's super cheap. Bonus number 2 is, yeah, he has that little mechanic there. So now we got a red goblin that dropped in. Who else? Who else joined the party? You got a zombie juggernaut, it looks like. So we got around Zombie Jug's taunt. Again, Red Goblin can do a lot of damage, so we want to try and take him out quick as well. Just kind of like the Thor we talked about. Now there's 3 shield securities out there. Luckily they all have Disrupt. But main target's going to be Red Goblin now. There's no cleansers, there's no healers. So really you just want to go for the super high damage characters. And I don't remember if this Strife, if he even gets a turn, but if he does his ult all the time too. They like to do that in these Dark Dimensions. Use these Strifes that have do these ults just all the time. There we go, take out Red Goblin. Here comes some more characters coming in. We got another Zombie Jugs, got another Strife. And then I think another Infinity War Thor. Yep, there he is, Infinity War Thor. So we go ahead and put the slow on that cluster that just popped in. The mechanics that these characters have individually just makes this for a great team because there's so much control you have. There's quite a bit of healing from Peter going on. Some good damage from Vulture and Robbie, so really good team put together. I'm not sure if my global team is going to be quite as good. We'll have to see what I end up with, because I've got quite a bit of... I don't really have many locks for my global team. It's more... I think I'm going to go cheap as I can. And we'll see what kind of gear drops I get too. That'll kind of depend on what happens, who I take to. Alright, big rewind from Vulture. And since this is the last city node, I don't really care about cooldowns or anything like that. So like I said, take out that Thor. And then your problems will all be over in City. Let me know down in the comments what you think about City. I highly recommend taking as cheap of a team as you can. My Twitch chat almost made me build up Merc Lieutenant to gear 19, and I think he would have been fine in City, honestly, if I would have taken him. So let me know who you're taking in City, and if you... I mean, I really wouldn't spend a lot of gear on expensive characters for City, because that's just going to slow you down. So until next time, this has been the People's Envoy, Updog, and make sure you spend those resources wisely, and we will catch you in the next one.